change your perception.
It's a free press.
And I know what works.
And there's a magic.
I'm actually
in that single sound.
We are what we are today.
That's the problem with that.
We do have issues arising out of the
time for this new century.
Hello and welcome to Talk Asia. I'm Lorraine Hahn. My guest today is Taiwanese pop star Wang Lee Hom. Born in New York in 1976, Wang grew up in the United States. Blessed with a mix of brains and talent, he spent his youth performing in local musicals, then pursued a degree in music at Williams College, followed by a master's degree from the prestigious Berklee School of Music. While in university, Wang landed a recording contract in Taiwan. His breakthrough album, Revolution, garnered rave reviews and firmly established him as a rising star in the Asian music scene. In addition to writing and producing his own music, Wang has also dabbled in movie projects around Asia. Lee Hom, it's so good to see you. Thank you.
It's great to see you again.
Thanks for coming in. Your music are blending East-West. You also sort of embody this mix. How would you describe your style?
Actually, I call my style, and I hope I don't offend any of the viewers, but I call it chinked out.
I'm glad you said it and I didn't.
Yeah. Well, the chinked out style is a school of hip-hop. That's the way I like to think of it, that incorporates traditional Chinese elements and sounds. I started it off in my last album called Shangri-La, and this album incorporated the music of ethnic minorities in China, in Tibet, Mongolia, Xinjiang. There's 50 some odd, some people say 54, 55 different ethnic minorities. Tribal music. It's beautiful and original to Chinese culture. And this new album called Heroes of Earth incorporates Peking opera and Kunqu, which are 1,000-year-old traditions that are also unique to Chinese culture. Very unique instrumentation, costumes, singing styles, and it invigorates hip-hop music. I don't think anybody's ever done this before in hip-hop, in the hip-hop world.
Now, when you use this so-called derogatory racial slur, did you not think you would offend some people?
Well, I mean, this is music, and I'm an artist, and I think I'd rather make people think, and coin new terms and coin new sounds. You know, I think that saying this music is chinked out, I mean, I don't want to offend anybody. I want to repossess the word, and this is a word that I heard growing up in New York, and it was derogatory at the time, and you know, I hope I could make it cool.
Right, so you don't mean it in a bad way then?
Definitely not.
Right. Yeah. Your main influences when you're writing music, what are they?
Well, I've got so many influences. As far as popular music is concerned, there'd be people like Stevie Wonder and Prince, Alicia Keys and Outkast, Missy Elliott, R. Kelly, the Neptunes, people like that. And in classical music, Leonard Bernstein, Bartok, Stravinsky, you know, 20th century great composers. In jazz, there's the great jazz pianists, because I study jazz piano as well, like Herbie Hancock, Keith Jarrett, McCoy Tyner, Thelonious Monk, you know, Bill Evans.
Now, I've heard that you carry a PDA all the time with you.
Well, I carry my computer with me everywhere I go.
And you write on it right away?
Yeah, I write and do all my arrangements on my Mac. And I use Logic Pro, which is a great software program. It's got all these synthesizers, software synths. It's got whole orchestra inside.
Wow.
And actually I did this whole album. I'd say 90% of it, all the programming, at least, in my laptop.
Really?
Yeah.
On the road?
On the road, on the airplane, in the hotels, yeah.
So technology is pretty important for somebody like you.
Oh, absolutely. I think it makes the music more natural, too, to be able to incorporate the production just into your everyday life. You get an idea, and then you just pull out your computer on the bus or in the car or whatever, and you say, oh, I'm going to lay down another track, you know, and it's just painless.
Your mother tongue isn't Mandarin, right? You had to learn it as an adult.
Well, I learned it growing up in a Chinese household, but that was in the States, so it was by far, you know, not fluent at all.
So is it difficult for you to sing and write in Mandarin initially?
Initially, but I think, paid my dues. You know, I studied it. I'm still studying it because colloquially, for me, it's not a problem now. But when you go back and work with Peking opera, and you're looking at the scripts from 1,000-year-old scripts, and the way that the Chinese language is the ancient Chinese is so different than contemporary Chinese. I mean, it would be very hard for your typical Chinese native speaker to understand that either.
Right. But so far, all your albums, none has been solely English yet.
No, I've never really had the urge to make an English album.
Any plans?
I've done plenty of English singles, though, or collaborations with artists from the States or other countries. I've just had so much of I've just had a wonderful time doing Chinese music, and it's been so rewarding for me. I feel like there's so much potential in Mandarin music, and there's so much, ground left to be broken.
So that's on the back burner, an English album for the time being.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, I love singing in English, and it's a wonderful language to sing in. Yeah.
But not your preference at the moment?
Not now. Chinese music is... I hope everyone gets a chance to hear what's going on in Chinese music, because it is new, and everyone knows that the Chinese world is exploding. You can watch CNN, you can see all these news broadcasts about the economy, etc. But as far as the music is concerned, it's the same way. And the pop world, pop music, or movies, etc. So there's a lot of interesting stuff going on.
Right. Now you've won a number of awards, the sort of Chinese Grammy Awards.
Right.
What do these awards mean to you? Are they important? Are they a validation to what you do?
Well, the first time I won, like you just said, when I was 22, it meant a lot to me. It was like, I didn't know I could make this happen. I didn't know I could get this kind of recognition. So back then, it was a huge boost of confidence. I don't want to say ego, but confidence. And I think every artist needs confidence.
Speaking of awards, now you recently co-hosted the MTV Asia Awards with Kelly Rowland.
Yeah.
Who was here as well, as I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, she's such a sweetheart.
I mean, anything happen interesting during that time?
That was my first time hosting. And, well, I know what pressures a host has, so I really appreciate your job.
Thank you.
Because I'm a musician because I'm just not a good speaker. Ever since I was a kid, I didn't want to talk to anybody. I just wanted to play my piano or play the violin. So this really forced me to, to work on it, and to be able to read the cues and to read the teleprompter, even though I'm not used to doing that. But Kelly was fantastic. Kelly's so sweet, and she's really smart, great timing, so she made my job easy.
Lee Hom, we're going to take a very short break. When Talk Asia returns, we'll talk to Wang Lee Hom about being born in the USA and life before fame. Stay with us.
Yeah, 世界是舞台哟。